and welcome back to my holiday series. Today is October 11th, and it is National Coming Out Day. So today is the perfect day if you have not already to come out. And if you don't know what I mean by come out, I mean come out as LGBTQ, which I am a part of that community. I'm asexual with, like, I don't know, like if I were to ever be with someone, it would definitely be with a girl, for sure. But I have no interest whatsoever in anything more than a kiss. And even that kind of is like, to me, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm still discovering things about myself and about all the different terms and things. I mean, even I can agree like calling it alphabet soup almost. LGBTQ plus all this stuff. Like I get it. It is very confusing to people who are not in the know, and I am even hardly in the know, and I'm part of that community. So I completely understand when people are just kind of like, what, So I've been going over some stuff with my mom. I mean, I've been out for a while, right? But I've been going over some things with my mom because she has had a couple of, or actually I think quite a few now, trans people that work with her. And so she had questions and stuff for me. I mean, obviously she's not going to necessarily come out to them and ask them a bunch of questions. But she's curious. She has nothing against them. She has nothing, nothing like that, but she's just curious, right? My dad has, obviously he's okay with it all, but I think that he needs to ask more questions, maybe. So we were talking about Bella Ramsey. If you don't know who that is, they are in The Last of Us. They play Ellie. Now, the character of Ellie is a girl, and she is, I don't know if she's actually necessarily a lesbian, but she is at least bi. The actor who plays her is non-binary. They go by they, them. So that has been a bit of a struggle for my dad, because he watched The Last of Us and asked if Bella Ramsey was actually British or from England. And I said, yeah, they are. And, that's kind of a normal sentence to say. Yeah, they are, like, and then he said she was in a commercial, and I corrected him to say it's actually they are non-binary, so they go by they, them. And that just, it's a lot of it is, when you look at someone on the surface and what you see, you assume is, female or male, and what a person is born as, right? So I understand. And my dad had no idea that Bella Ramsey was non-binary. And so there were a couple more, slip-ups, whatever. But, he wasn't meaning it in any bad way. He wasn't trying to assign either gender to them. It was just, he saw them in The Last of Us playing a female character. So that's just what his brain put it to. It's understandable, right? But I think that's good that he was correcting himself. Now, my dad is a little older, so I understand a lot of, especially older people, can be very stuck in their ways and very closed-minded and just don't want to change, right? I was actually a little nervous to come out to my Nana and my grandma. My Nana, she practically raised us just as much as my mom and dad did. We moved in with her when I was 8. And even before that, we were there every single day, pretty much, right? And she is Italian and Roman Catholic, right? So, and then my grandma, my dad's mom, I think is just like Christian or Baptist, or I don't even know what religion, whatever. But I know a lot of older people who are religious, especially, can be, you know, a little closed-minded, what have you, right? So I was actually very nervous to come out to them. I, at the time, had a girlfriend, if you could really call it that. She lived in Chicago while I was going to Northern, which is in DeKalb. So it was still actually some distance there between us, but she had come down during winter break and we were going to the movies and stuff, right? So I had introduced her kind of as my friend, right? So then, you know, we went out to the movies and all that jazz, whatever, right? So then the next morning, or well, maybe I wrote it that night, I wrote a note to my Nana and my grandma explaining that Cece was her name, was not just my friend, that she was in fact my girlfriend. And then I left the note where they would find it, and I had to go to work the next morning. So I abandoned ship. You know, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. You know, at the time, like, we moved in with my Nana, but then my parents ended up buying the house, so then my Nana lived with us, you know, whatever. It was still her house, always. You know, and then I'd be going back up to school and whatever, but I was still nervous. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how they're gonna feel. What if they all of a sudden hate me? All these questions go through your head when it comes to things like this. So when I got home and everything, my grandma had left already, I think. She had gone back home, like she had stayed the night, whatever, and then she went back home in the morning. And my Nana, though, was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why couldn't you just tell me? Like, and I'm like, I don't know, like, it just makes me nervous. She's like, shut up, I love you. You know, that's just how she was, right? She's just like, shut up, I love you. Whatever you do is fine, you know, short of murder or something like that, right? I don't know if she fully understood, you know, how I felt or anything like that necessarily. But, you know, it is what it is. She still accepted me. She still loved me. And there was no awkwardness. Now, I know that a lot of people don't have that good of reactions when they come out. There are lots of people who are still very closed-minded, even in, you know, younger generations and whatnot, or there are still people who are just so closed-minded and just everything has to be black and white. There is no gray. Man must marry woman. Woman must have children. All that kind of stuff, right? So I feel like when you have a day like this, that is National Coming Out Day, even if it's coming out to your friends, even if it's coming out to, you know, if it is your parents, if it is your grandparents, you know, you want to feel safe when you do it, right? I wish all of the luck to people. I hate it when people are, you know, turned on or, you know, kicked out of their houses and all these different things that happen to some people who come out. And, you know, reach out to somebody. There is always someone out there, whether it's even like a crisis line or something like that. Like, don't sit alone with it. You know, find help if you need help. There's always someone out there to help. I'll help if I can. You know, reach out to me. I will be your surrogate aunt. I mean, I'm good at being an aunt. I don't know that I could be a mom. I'm not very momly. But I could be your aunt, and I will help help in any way that I can. Even if it's just an ear to talk to, right? Anything like that. Yeah. So this is kind of a bit of a rambly video, but I'm driving, and so I'm trying to pay attention to the road and stuff too, whatever, right? So yeah, apologies for the rambling, but I hope that everybody has a good day. I hope that everybody has that environment that they feel safe in, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!